by the Senator Puan Saraswathy Deputy Minister of National Unity.
Statelessness in Malaysia. And first of all, from the government perspective, we had issues to be resolved in Sabah and Sarawak. Sarawak mostly has been resolved. A committee was appointed and they looked into all the aspects of the stateless issue in Sarawak. That has been resolved. Now a committee has been formed to look into the Sarawak issue, which is ongoing. And I welcome the, if you put it, demand, but I take it as a demand or request from the Bar Council that there should be a committee established to look into the laws on statelessness for Semenanjung Malaysia. They are not the same in every aspect because Sabah approaches differently, Sarawak they want it to be approached differently, and Semenanjung Malaysia we have different challenges altogether. So this is what has been ongoing from the government side. Now coming to the amendment, the regressive amendment as it has been put. I'm not here to advocate what the government is doing. So I'm not saying what laws that has been proposed is right or wrong. But from my perspective, the issue of statelessness must be brought to an end. My request is we do not bring those who are entitled for citizenship within the category of pelarian or any other categories because it makes our presentation more difficult to the government or even negotiations because it's sort of the emphasis shifted. The emphasis is shifted in they trying to explain to why cannot give to others rather than addressing the basic question of why citizenship has not been given to these people who have been living in this country for generations. So my focus has always been these people who have been in this country for generations, why they have not been given, and I welcome the Bar Council's proposals that there must be a committee or there must be an independent committee appointed to look into in each and every of these cases, and if we need to take these matters to court, I fully support because I think we have with this fast track the issues can be resolved much faster. We have done that in court and it has been decided in chambers.
What we are concerned here is about children. Firstly, foundling, abandoned children, Article 19, right? Taking away that right. What happens to these children who are abandoned? They don't go away. We can't put them on a boat and send them off to another country. Nobody wants them. And they're going to grow up in Malaysia. That's a fact. Like Anand said, what about education? And whose fault is it that they are stateless? That their birth was not registered? Blame the poor child? Does the problem go away? I tell you, one of the issues, I think this is a reaction from KDM, because federal court said that the presumption on a foundling is on the government with resources to show that this child was born or the parents of the child had citizenship somewhere else. KDM was not happy, right? How can the court shift the presumption? But what happens to the child if you do not give the child citizenship, right? Then the other part, the Article 14 amendment, Mother's Amendment, right? It's good. It is not retrospective. That means that only children who are born after the law is gazetted get the right. So I rather trust the courts, because the court very likely is going to rule in favor of equal rights for mothers, right? And to expect the government to do the right thing, why was there a need to do that and take away so many things? The other point, PR. We are not talking about foreign citizens applying for PR in Malaysia and the children are born in Malaysia. We're talking about a situation like Waibikula. His parents were Malaysians. In the current amendments, he will not as of right get citizenship. So what happens to people like him? Because we are talking about PRs, generational issues, they are born in Malaysia. But for whatever issues, they fail their bahasa, whatever, they didn't have the money to do whatever, and they remain permanent residents. They are not citizens of a third country. They are not citizens of Indonesia, US, right? They are Malaysian. They are born in Malaysia. And if you deprive the child of citizenship, the child is, where's the child going to go? And fundamentally, that is so wrong. And you're actually going to put it down in a document called the Federal Constitution. You're going to take away that right. How is that positive? And the amendments that we are looking at, sorry to say this, is the most regressive constitutional amendments ever brought by any government in Malaysia. It is the most regressive. And you know what? It takes away the right of a child. Children born out of wedlock. What do you expect them to do? Whose fault is it? And if you put in this requirement 1 year, you register, but look, the child at 1 will know how to register. I mean, really, a child who's at 5, if the mother or father neglected the responsibility for whatever reason, right? What happened? That's it. You show the constitution to a 10-year-old child and say, see, the constitution says this. You know, your parents didn't do this when you were born. I'm sorry, your family too bad. Out you go. How can you do that?
Oh my God.